Thank you, Your Honor, and please mind my final question to you, LaLa, and thank you for letting me ask all these questions. You stated that in the series of events, and just correct me if I'm wrong at any point, you stated that 2 days after or a couple of days, I don't want to say two, but a couple of days after FWA does her infamous live where she tells us where she's been, you reach out to her and say, hey, I will write a letter of character on your behalf. She accepts. And then through subsequent days, you write the letter, send it to FWA, and she, quote unquote, allegedly sent it to her attorney. According to FWA, she did not actually send it to her attorney, but that's neither here nor there. Then the following days after that,
that's very important.
It is. The following days after that letter is submitted to you and you deciding to start your own platform, you started receiving, subsequently, roughly around the same time, you start receiving UA and the true nature of her case. My question to you, LaLa, is, had you not falling out with FWA, would you still have let that letter see the judge?
Great question.
No, I would not have. I absolutely would not have. And I want to correct you on one thing. You said I had received subs and things of that nature. I never received a sub on anyone's platform. But had we not fallen out, I would have still recanted the letter.
At what point of how would you have done it if you did not have a falling out, right? Let's say you did not fall out, you were still tight and very cool with FWA. How would you have gotten that letter back?
I would have either contacted her or contacted her lawyer.
And do you think that if you would have done that, do you think that if you would have done that, right, contacted her or her lawyer to get that back, do you think a falling out would have occurred?
Yes.
And when did you, right, just using your free imagination, when do you think that you would have asked for that letter to be rescinded? Before her trial were to start or after sentencing?
It would have been prior to trial. I don't want it going any further than it's already went. I will say this. The reason I wrote that letter on her behalf is because I tried to make a judgment for people based on my own experiences with them. I have not experienced the character that other people are talking about. I have seen her do it to other people, but I also don't believe that everybody gets the same version of you because there's different levels to friendship, right? So I gave her that grace. But when I experienced it myself and had to start putting things together, and I felt like I was lied to, and I kept feeling this conflict of this is not the right thing to do, this is not the right thing to do. I had to do what I felt was best.
I got a question for FWA. FWA?
Yes, sir.
How did you feel after, cause you cussed her the Waka Flocka out. You cussed LaLa out for filth. You cussed her out for filth and you made her feel like she was spineless. Did you have any consciousness about how cause you cussed her the fuck out. You cussed her like I ain't heard nobody cuss nobody out in a long time. Did you not feel some kind of way?
No, because I've been listening to For the Haters the way she cursed.
Hey, Your Honor, I have a question.
How do you feel about getting cussed out like that by FWA? How did it make you feel?
Your Honor, before I answer that, I saw a really good question. Did you at any time in the night question or encourage FWA to use her pew pew? I feel like that is a very important question because I've heard people want to ask that question. The answer to that question is absolutely not. I did not talk to FWA at all that night. I had no clue what was going on, and I sure, as a proud Pro 2A toting concealed license carry person, would never encourage an act of senseless violence. and what she did was a senseless violence, because you can't even use the argument of self-defense, because the threat was walking away from you. That's why he had shrapnel in his back.
Your Honor, may I go?
How long ago did when did that incident take place?
I think it was like September 23rd, 24th, somewhere in there, I think.
24.
And so it's almost a month later, and so why haven't we heard you say this before now?
Because I've kept quiet. There's a lot going on. So I'm sitting here processing all of this, and I don't want to add insult to injury, because I know that she was under attack on this app for the alleged crime that was committed that she did in her personal life, and I did not want to add insult to injury on that. And I also did not want to potentially ruin an open investigation.
When she called you a bitch and told you ain't shit, and it's because she cussed you out. She cussed you out.
You're right, Your Honor, and that was a great question that you asked me. I was stunned. Like I told you before, I was stunned. I was hurt. I was caught completely off guard. I was trying. That you said something a while ago. I don't agree that it was over starting my platform. I truly believe that she thinks when I start my platform that I'm going to take some of that money with me. And I truly believe that it's not over me starting my platform. It's over money.
Hang tight.
Fucker, to let a motherfucker just play on me and I don't say shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of standing up for motherfucking bitches and bitch niggas, and they think I'm not gonna say nothing about how they treat me. Fuck all that. I've been motherfucking pulling hair, scrapping, dragged, and all the things. So at least come and talk to me. I shouldn't have to find out like that.
So LaLa, you believe that FWA was upset that you were starting your platform?
African Americans, because they all treat her so bad over here. So she do need to find like a space.
But whose fault is that?
It's the people's fault for lying, because a lot of people you just said.
But it's also her fault, Miss Not Like Most, for being in places where she know that people not gonna treat her right. Stay the fuck out the fucking boxes. I've been saying that for about.
Didn't she tell you to stay the fuck out? The fuck is you doing in this box? Didn't she tell you?
Well, oh, do you want me to respond to that?
Didn't she? She just told you to stay the fuck out of them people boxes and stuff like that.
Hey, but guess what? She doesn't pay any. She doesn't pay any of my bills. I can do what I want to.
May I ask a really quick question, Your Majesty?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
So you believe that FWA wasn't simply upset because you decided to do your own thing, right? You don't think that she was upset about that. You think she was more upset because she thought you would be splitting the audience?
Yes, that and that I have not donated to her lawyer's cash app or her lawyer fund.
And she mentioned that? She'd mentioned that you didn't donate to her?
No, but she threw very sly, shady remarks like, somebody messaged her asking me why, or asking about so-and-so not donating to the platform. She would always say, I need gifts. And when she said she needed gifts in Live Gold, people would start throwing money at her and throwing the gifts at her and hitting the Live Gold. And I never did. I just gave what I could recycle. I never spent extra money.
Have you ever given her a cash out before, ever?
Yes, I gave her a total of, I think it was 55 or $60.
But you're telling me your good friend just came home from being in prison, and you told everybody that you wanted them to rally around her, but you refused to give somebody who was suffering.
But Bailiff Newty, order.
Too many guns.
Are you eating in this courtroom?
Your Honor, I can, they're going over
Please,
so much.
the DA, she needs to eat, okay? She's human and she's working long hours. You have to give her some reprieve, please.
Order. Ain't nobody asked you nothing, counsel.
It's only fruit this time, Your Honor. It's just fruit.
I wouldn't give a dang if it was. I don't care if you was over there biting your fingernails.
You said I.
Did you know how long? Order. Do you know how long it's been since I've been able to bite my damn fingernail?
Oh my God, damn it.
I
So,
can't
Your
even.
Honor.
Your
Your Honor.
order. I can't even whistle. I can't even whistle.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty.
Hush! Hush! I'm sick of this.
Your
Y'all in this
Majesty,
box
I
eating
may.
shit, crunching and smacking and shit, biting fingernails and shit. Yes, bailiff.
I just received a phone call from the Supreme Court of the United States of MySpace, and they are threatening to take over this case if you continue your outbursts.
And Your Honor, I believe I'm just going to take this to another court because I have not been allowed to address me names, not addressing me properly, and I've been made to pay way more than them. You said in your
Order. Everybody been paying in here.
no,
Nosy.
sir, no, they haven't.
Yes.
Your Honor, you said from the beginning, no chewing like a cow, no eating, and yet they're
Drop queen.
constantly
That'll be the money gun.
No,
Drop queen.
sir. You
Your
said
Honor, in my
the two
defense,
with
I
the
was
camera
muted.
off.
I was muted, Your Honor, eating my cold cut sandwich.
And you
Okay.
said we
And
can eat
admitted,
with
Your
the camera
and
Honor,
I
that
off.
she
paid
eating
that
that good
money
old
gun
cold
for
cut
the
sandwich.
DA. I
And
paid
she
it
didn't
on
even
her
offer to
behalf.
share anybody.
So
And
This
Drop
is getting
Queen
out
been
of
eating
here.
for an
No,
hour.
he said we could eat with the camera off. My
These
camera has
motherfuckers,
not been on,
everyone
Your
are
Honor.
lying.
Never. You turned your own microphone on because you wanted to address the litigant. Y'all, for the FWA, they've been in here defending you all night long. They've been berating LaLa with their lines of questioning.
God, no,
The
they haven't. I got
the,
questions for myself.
the assistant DA has been running her up a flagpole tonight.
They've been just playing court. I'm ready to drop some information because they haven't. She hasn't provided nothing
LaLa,
but
you
information.
did say that you had evidence that you wanted to present to this court tonight. LaLa, do you have said evidence?
I sent you the letter that I sent. What else would you like?
Why does she email me?
Okay.
I will say, I do want to say this, right? Because I do know that there's a lot of questioning about why I quit financially supporting her.
No, we're
Her.
past that now. We're past that.
Well, no, because somebody actually mentioned it, and I want to say this: it's very hard for me to contribute to someone who says, I need help," and you have a $20,000 or whatever the lawyer fee is, but yet you're being very braggadocious, you're being very unhumble, you have like this bossy attitude, like I'm that B word, and you want to act like that, but yet you have this $20,000 lawyer fee, but yet you're bragging about going to get your nails done, your hair done, and shopping. I'm sorry, I can't get on board with that, because if I had a $20,000 lawyer fee, I'd be eating oodles and noodles to pay that $20,000 lawyer fee.
Nothing has changed. She's
Private,
always been that way.
did you
Your
want
Honor, I
to?
have an additional question.
Well, let me see if her attorney wanted to speak on, because she's her attorney. Did you want to try to control your client here?
Your Honor, I just wanted to bring this to the court's attention that we are not here for a popularity contest. It is clear that my client has a reputation across this side of messy TikTok, and that the reason we are here tonight is because of a failed friendship that has been severed. And my client was on the receiving end. And so, if I may speak freely, Your Majesty,
Please.
please. Okay. So there has been proof submitted on the blogs that um, prior to the release of um, FWA, my client was frantic. She was going from inbox to inbox, inquiring into the whereabouts of her friend. Okay. And there's proof of that, and Friends with Attitude has also spoken to that, and kind of said that LaLa was calling everybody. She was inboxing and messaging everybody. Okay, this is only to speak to the friend that my client was. Okay, we also saw LaLa spring into
I
immediate
object.
action.
She's testifying, Your Honor. She can't testify for the plaintiff defendant. She's testifying.
Overruled. She's speaking on in behalf of conversations she's had with her clients. That's overruled.
We saw our client spring into immediate action, as evidenced on another clip that we also heard, with her saying, okay, you guys, we need to
But doesn't
rally
that
around.
contradict your client's own statement? That's why I told you might need to sidebar with your client. Doesn't that contradict your client's own statement when your client said that she's been feeling this way ever since she heard about it, and so forth and so on? So doesn't that
Excuse me,
contradict?
Your Honor. So the days that I'm talking about, this will be the day. This will be the very first day. The very first day that FWA went live, when she made specific comments as to what happened. He's pulling shrapnel out of his ass and comments like that. That was this day. This was the first day before we saw the Facebook video. LaLa sprang into action on behalf of her friend. We heard LaLa say, okay, you guys, we need to spring into action. I need you guys to touch that live goal, that live goal. I need you guys to hit that.
But again, that goes again to what I'm saying. That if she sprung into action when she found out about this, that, and some other stuff, and she was this is a month later. It's almost a month later. We're almost a
Your
month.
Majesty, Your Majesty, are you understanding what I'm saying? She sprung into action before she had
You question the intelligence of this court.
I am not. I apologize. She sprung into action immediately upon hearing only the information from FWA.
Spell
At that
graft,
point,
Your Honor. Spell graft.
at that point, at that point, we had not seen, because what my client just testified to is that once she saw that Facebook video, she realized that the story that we had been presented on the first day was not true. She realized that what Friends with Attitude had explained to us was not true. That is what I'm speaking to. She was a friend
I want to hear
to her
from
friend.
FWA. I want to hear from FWA so because I think this court has heard all it's need to hear in this case. If FWA has something that she wants to add to this that might change the direction or whatever, I want to hear from FWA.
Thank you, Your Honor. First of all, how can you say that I would disclose something that could possibly put me behind bars or get my bail revoked to someone that I've been quote unquote friends with, but yet never gave them my number? Come on, let's be for real about this. And all of the things that have happened on TikTok, she just said her attorney stated that she has a reputation all over this app. I want to know what reputation, because I'm going to answer that. So, LaLa, since your attorney said that you have a reputation, what is the reputation you have all over this side of the messy TikTok?
I plead the fifth. Ask my
Oh,
attorney.
okay, exactly. I'm going to tell you what it is. What you do is you get in people's DM and you try to play one person against anyone that they have issues with. You know what? I have the DMs where you hit me up in regards to Nitra and in regards to HB. And if I had been that messy ass bitch, then we would probably be dealing with a court case between the two of us right now. Absolutely. Now let's go ahead and address this DM. Do you remember reaching out to me?
I'm confused on what this has to do with the court case.
Because
Me and
you're
you, not
saying
me and
that
FWA.
you're trying to give this court the idea that you're not messy and that friends with attitude would trust you to tell you all of the personal information. when you do double down. You do double down because you were friends with Miss Nitra, right? But yet you hit me up because you knew there was an issue with Miss Nitra and I, right? And
That was actually
then
pertaining
when
to a
you
life you
no no
had.
no 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 no. Then when you sat back and saw that I had an issue with HB, then you hit me up with HB, right?
I don't
So
recall that.
wait a minute. You were friends with Miss Nitra, but yet you hit me up. You were friends. You told me in there that you supported HB, but yet you hit me up. And you can read the message. I didn't respond to none of that fuck shit. Because let me tell you, I am a 3-letter FTH, but I am not friends with attitude. And that's where that mistake was made. You got in close with friends with attitude, and you sat over there and you said that, oh my God, I supported friends with attitudes. Baby, you didn't. If you've been friends with her for 2 years and you've only given her $50 and a money gun, if you've only given her $50 and a money gun over 2 years, but yet now all of a sudden you think she's upset with you about money. Come on. Either she know that you can't afford to give her money and she was enjoying you, or you're lying.
Clock
Because
in.
no friend of mine that I would tell that, look, I either shot my ex or I didn't, would I tell you that and then not trust you to have my phone number? Come on, let's get for real about this.
She actually did. So you actually did
No,
tell
no,
me
no,
that.
no. We're going with what you said, what you presented in this court. That's
Okay.
what we're going on
Could
right
I
now.
could I speak?
I'm waiting on the question. Were you friends with Nitra?
Yes.
Okay, but yet you were friends with Nitra, but yet you turned around and DM'd me about Nitra, right?
Me and Nature were not friends at the time I sent you the DM.
Oh, so you used to backstabbing your friends. So when you fall out of friends, that's what you're doing right now. You're making it
No.
seem like this is about friends with attitudes. No, this is about LaLa doing what LaLa does
She's
best.
never been a good friend to anybody.
That's not true. I
Order,
actually have friends
order,
in here right
order,
now.
order. From the evidence that has been submitted to this court, it's been demonstrated that FWA hasn't been a friend to anyone either.
And I never said I did. But what she came to this courtroom and said was a bunch of lies. Okay.
So, Your Honor, would you like me to go get my screenshots of my IG and let you
Yeah, go
know
get
that
all of that because you said another lie.
Order. She said your Majesty.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
yeah,
Your Honor. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
there's some stuff I have to omit because it has personal information in it
Oh my
regarding her and
God.
her children.
She
Order.
really was trying to tell.
FWA, this is the last time I'm going to warn you.
Yes, sir.
Go on mute. Mute.
Okay,
Okay.
Mute.
Yes,
so
sir.
Your Honor, I do want to say this. People think that I was not a good friend to her when she was being ran through on this app, being doxxed by
Order.
the.
Wait. Can you clear up ran through, please?
Oh my God, bro.
Okay, so let me clarify, right? When she was being drugged by the YT messy talk side, because that's what we called it, so that's what I'll refer to it as. She was being doxxed very horribly. There was actually a page made that had that doc put pictures up of her kids and things of that nature. She messaged me on the back end saying, "Hey, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this?" So I actually helped get her some information that would help her protect her family. I did that on the back end. I stayed very quiet about it because I don't believe in allowing. I'm gonna help my friend. She messaged me. I'm gonna help her. But the thing about it is this: just because I did not start contributing to her Cash App or anything like that until I became a mod. I would throw her gifts and stuff like that, absolutely, but I'm not gonna. I didn't like send her Cash Apps and things of that nature because I didn't have it. Also, when she gave me a phone call when she got out of her 5-day bid, she did tell me specifically that she put shrapnel in someone's back. And I said, who? And she said, my baby daddy. And I chuckled just like I did because I was in absolute disbelief that
Let,
she
let,
really
let the
told me
record
she did that.
reflect. Let the record reflect that FWA did have to do 5 days hard time.
And
Go ahead.
she literally told me exactly, like, she told me what happened. Obviously, she didn't give me all the intricate details until we got to TikTok and we got we got the details. But yes, she did tell me on a phone call that she did what she did.
Okay, and
So I'm saying that to say, if you did not consider me a friend, why would you tell somebody why you were doing a 5-day bid for doing a senseless act of violence?
that's my point. You're not a damn friend, because if you were a friend, those words that just came out of your mouth in front of all of these people, you don't betray a friend and go ahead and tell everybody what was said on the back end. That's supposed to be your
Well,
friend.
she told everybody on the front
That
end. It
you're
ain't like
saying
we don't know.
that you're, but regardless, if you
Regardless of the
confide in
situation,
you
she told
confide
private
in your
conversations.
friend.
She came to internet and told everybody on the fucking internet what she did. So it ain't
Show me,
like it's some big
Order,
secret.
order, order,
prove it.
order, 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 order. LaLa, the court will admonish you in regards to your language so that we can keep control of the environment. That's why no one has been using profanity with you. And the court is gonna. You will get no other warning. Your next violation will be a money gun to this court.
Your Majesty, may I ask my
Yes, yes,
client a
yes. You
question,
might want to let
please?
LaLa. You might want to let your attorney speak for you for a little while. Private, go
Because
ahead.
I am.
LaLa, can you, with as little detail as possible, tell us how or FWA is speaking to, and she has evidenced some messages between you and her where you are speaking negatively of Nitra. We have to address it now because you have corresponded with her and she's presented it here. So, just to the degree that you're comfortable, can you please tell the court um, what brought you to correspond with For the Haters to try to bring out information about Nitra, please? Why? Why did you do that? If you were friends with Nitra,
I don't recall exactly why I reached out to For the Haters. I don't recall. I don't know if she had a live or she said something or she was dragging her. I don't recall exactly why. But at the date of the time that the evidence was presented, it stated like March of 2024. For Nitra and I were no longer friends at that point, and she had spent a good month or two dragging me on TikTok.
okay, and that's the part that I was trying to get to. Was
Okay.
what made you want to do that? Because you can stop being friends with someone and not want to speak negatively of them. Okay, and so I'll ask the same thing here right now. What what is the reason that you decided to just go over and start your own platform and start going live on your own? What happened to make you want to separate that way from Friends with Attitude?
Truthfully, I have been wanting to do it for a little bit of time. I have been thinking about it and thinking about it. A lot of friends of mine have been encouraging me to do so off the
Whoa,
app.
whoa,
They're
whoa,
not.
whoa, 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 wait, stop, 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 stop. LaLa, I asked you that.
Yeah, I told you that. I told you that I've been thinking about it for like a month.
Hold up, LaLa. Hang tight a tick or two. Hang tight a tick or
Okay.
two. I specifically asked you that question. I actually, I actually even doubled down on it and reiterated the question to you.
Okay. So hold
And
on. So let me say
wait,
this.
let me
Okay.
finish. Let me finish. Um, I asked you that. I specifically asked you that. If anybody else had spoken to you, Drop Queen, go on mute, Drop Queen. I specifically asked you if anybody in your personal life, I said on TikTok or any other platforms, or blah 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 blah. I specifically asked you that. And you
Yeah.
said,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
and you said no. You were very emphatic. And even when I asked you the question in a different way, you said no again. So,
Okay, so I apologize
but now,
because
wait. I'm gonna need you to. I'll let you know when I'm done. I'll let you know when I'm done. And, but now somebody asked you the question in a different way, and now you're confirming. You're saying yes to the question that I asked you that you said no to.
there might have been a misunderstanding. So let me say this, right? This all stemmed from prior to me talking about going live. Friends had encouraged me. Well, she hadn't really encouraged me. She just said, "I think it would be
No,
a
I'm
great thing for
speaking
you."
directly to the fact that you said that no one else. I asked you, and you said no one else ever told you not said anything to you about your relationship with her. No one ever told you
Yeah,
that.
nobody. Yeah, nobody ever said anything to my about my
That's not what
relationship
you
with her.
just said
No,
right there, though. That's not what she.
I
That's not
said
what you just said.
platform, but the platform and my platform and her relationship are separate. My platform has nothing to do with her but mine and her relationship at the time. My platform had to do with me.
That
I
no, no.
wanted to do something different. I wanted to go have conversations, and I was gonna not even though I was gonna start my own platform, I wasn't gonna stop. This stemmed from a live that receipts only and I had that she was like, you would actually be really good at your platform. Like you have a lot of insight, just things of that nature. So it wasn't like it was a big secret. I had talked about starting my own platform on
That's
Friends
not
with
what I'm
the
talking about.
FWAs. Okay, well then I'm confused, Kevin. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Let's go
Yeah, I'm
back
confused.
because you're going back. I'm speaking specific about your relationship with her after the incident. That's what
Oh,
that's
okay.
what that's what we were just speaking about. And I asked you that earlier. If anybody had said anything to you, told you that you need to cut her off, cut her loose, whatever.
No, no one has told me that.
Baby girl, please let me finish talking. Please let me finish talking. I asked you specifically, and I asked it more than one way just so it wouldn't be any confusion about what I was asking. And you said no both times. You said no both times. So there was no misunderstanding about what. So I'm caught up here, right? I'm caught up here. So
I'm
don't,
confused.
please, La, please, baby, please. So that's why I'm caught up at right now. Because it goes directly to your credibility in everything else that like Nosy was asking and Drop Queen was asking. So it goes credibility of things because now somebody asked you the same question that I asked you that you told me no to.
So you asked me a question directly if anybody had said anything to me about cutting ties with her. That's what I understood you to say. No one has said anything to me about cutting ties with her. Thing about don't be her friend or anything like that
That's
directly
not what you
to
just
me.
said though. That's not what you just said, Lala.
So
That's
private, I
Your
understood private
Majesty,
saying my platform, not my relationship or friendship.
I was really trying to ascertain what made her want to start her own. And I really wanted reasons, and she just did, Your Majesty. She said that someone had told her that she was good at it, that she had insight, and that she would do well. And so that's why she wanted to launch her own platform. Lala, I have one more question for you.
Thought you asked about the platform and he
I
asked
did.
about encouraging me to cut ties with her. Okay, I was confused. Go ahead, private.
I did. I asked about the platform, and I
Okay.
asked what made you. And you answered it exactly the way I thought you would. You didn't say any severing the friendship. It was more
No.
about you and wanting to do your own thing.
Correct.
Your own thing.
Correct.
My next question, and this is going to be my last question, Lala, is histo- if we're going back because we just saw some evidence, Lala, and the evidence, damning evidence, is ugly. It's ugly. And so, question for you is historically, when in friendships, do you ultimately, is it that we just can't be friends anymore? We immediately have to be enemies, or is it that we sever the friendship, you go your way, I go mine?
Were you done?
Because here, if we're looking at the evidence, it looks like you sought out for the head, Lala. It looks like you sought her out intentionally because you knew that y'all kind of had this common enemy. And so I'm asking you this question for a reason.
When I sever friendships, Nitra and FWA were the only two I have done this with. I even hate to say that. However, I have severed some friendships on here, and nobody has ever known anything about.
Let me interject here, right? Because I also see like a bias to because where other people have severed relationships and things have been said that other people didn't like, and they went on rants too. They cussed them out too. They doxing, talking of children, funerals, funerals of all kinds of stuff. So the court is really seeing a bias here, as though FWA had played no part in in how this turned out, right? Does LaLa actually have to sever a relationship any way she sees fit when she's been disrespected? Because don't we all do it? Once we feel like we've been disrespected, don't we sever that relationship in any way we see fashion? And we do it without regard of how anyone else's feels about how we're severing that relationship. So why is she only under such scrutiny because of the Caucasian persuasion?
I would like to respond, Your Honor. I would like to respond.
Order. Drop Queen, that'll be a money gun from you. That'll be a money gun from you.
Okay, Your Honor.
The court has warned you on several occasions. The court has been very patient with you. That'll be a fine. That'll be a fine of a money gun. The court will continue. It seems to me like there's a bias here. Like there's a clear bias simply because she's of the Caucasian persuasion. And her being of the Caucasian persuasion does not mean that she's treated any differently under the law. The law is no respecter of persons of colors, creed, sexuality, or anything such of the kind. And it seems to me that the court that there's a bias that's trying to be perpetuated in front of His Majesty, as though FWA had, in the way that LaLa responded to her disrespect, because any of us and all of us would respond to disrespect in different ways. We all have a right to respond to disrespect. How I respond might not be the same way you respond, but who the hell are you? And who the hell am I to tell someone else how they should respond to disrespect? This court has played the evidence that has been submitted before His Majesty, that was demonstrative of the disrespect of this litigant. Is this litigant an asshole? Yes, she is. Oh, yes, she is. Aren't we all?
I am.
Aren't we all? That has nothing to do with the rule of law. The rule of law is no respecter of person. Has no bias. I think FWA contributed to the result of this. What she did caused all of this. The way she talked to this woman, she cussed her out for filth. She called her everything but a child of God, told her she ain't shit, called her a bitch.
Oh my God.
Your
That-
Majesty,
No spitting in the room, Your Honor.
Your Majesty,
yes, counselor.
Your Majesty. I think that you just made some excellent points. I agree with every single thing, and I wanted to add that although my client did, I guess, retaliate on Nitra, she never did retaliate on. Even when we saw in the clip that the court played, she never spoke. She never spoke
Objection, Your Honor.
negatively back.
Objection. Objection. We saw the letter to the attorney that was rescinded.
Yes, but when a person shows you who
I
they
think the
are,
assistant DA has made her way back into the courtroom.
when a person shows you who they are, you believe it. So she said to one way, and then when she was spoken to, the way she was spoken to that day in that live showed her something different. Okay, and then she
Retaliated
just
by bringing that evidence to Kev's court. Act without malice. Come
Order,
on, private.
order.
she
Who?
only
What?
she only she only
Order. I said order. What in the hell is Kev's court? This is Judge Bando.
I apologize, Judge Bando. I apologize. She brought her retaliatory nature to Judge Bando, Your Majesty, the Crown Princess Court.
the crown prince, crown royal, crown royal,
Your
crown royal.
Majesty,
King.
I just, Your Honor, I was going to say something.
Duke of Earl. Do our summations as I have another 7 o'clock, 6:30
Yes,
court
we
case.
get ready
Here
to
for
finish.
5 hours, and I still haven't gotten a chance to finish.
We're going to need.
Honor, may I say something,
We're going to
please?
let FWA go ahead and just a minute. Hey, go ahead and finish. This court is going to request and ask that you keep your statements and everything that to what's relevant in this case, to the parties and the litigants in this case. We're not speaking about anyone that's not involved in this case. No names or entertaining anybody that's not a party to this case. Whatever you have left, your remaining statement need to be in regards to the case,
Yes, sir.
the relevance of this case.
Yes, sir. When District Attorney Nosey asked you about being a mod, you stated that you were extremely good mod. But okay, let me ask you this right here. How many times have I yelled at you and told you to stop calling people the N word because they're coming over here telling me that you're going around from platform to platform doing those kind of things? How many times have I had to check you in my lives?
You've never had to check me. You've never had to check me about saying the N word. You've actually been over there asking for receipts of the proof that I said the N word. Received the proof as of to date. That being be a mod.
What was that inappropriate thing that you said? What was that inappropriate thing that you said that you got checked?
Somebody called me a white bitch, and I referred to them as nappy head. And I also, I never asked to be a mod. You modded me yourself. I came in there and you were like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and mod you because I'm getting rid of some of my mods. And you modded me.
Okay, did you and 40 Haters ever get into it?
Yes, we did.
Okay, did you not make any kind of racial comment to her to where she called you a N and you got offended and they explained to you that that N meant you were ignorant?
No, you for the haters actually called me the N word, and I got very quiet. And then it called because I felt that the FTH was trying to race bait me, and I went mute. And then some other people got into it with FTH.
Okay, wait, what?
That was when FTH and I want to say Mad Day, but I don't remember if it was Mad Day or not. FTH and somebody else got in an argument because after I was called the N word, I went on mute and other people defended me.
Absolutely. Okay, but did you not say something to make her refer to you as that?
I honestly, probably. I don't know.
Absolutely, absolutely,
I don't remember what
absolutely.
I said
So
to her.
you do make racial statements, right?
I never made a racial statement to
And
her because I would have been. Can I finish
when
saying
for
what I
the
was
haters,
saying? I never made a racial statement to
didn't
you.
when for the haters called you that, and for the haters apologized to friends with attitudes for disrespecting her live, didn't she say you didn't disrespect it? You needed to handle that.
No, she
Order,
said
order, 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 order.
Okay.
Relevance, please.
Because she's
For the
walking.
haters is not a part of this case. I asked you to keep this relevant to the parties of the case.
Yes, sir, but she just said FTH. That's FTH is for the haters.
I understand. I understand.
Okay.
Thank you very much, FWA.
Have I ever, you're saying then that I've never had to check you in a live. I am FWA.
I just said you had to check me one time because I called somebody nappy head.
Okay, but just a few minutes ago, you said you are offended